Hi guys, it's Lanickia, and I am coming to you on this great Sunday after late afternoon with a not a work from home video, but just pretty much telling you an update on working from home. To all of the subscribers, every single day I gain more subscribers, and I haven't really been doing my videos like I should be, but that's going to change next year. I've actually cleared the schedule to be able to do them, the way I'm supposed to do them and everything. Not every day, but like one day out of the week I have set up just for work from home, whether it's giving you videos or just giving you updates and going more into credit and everything, about how to clean up your credit and all of that. So anyways, that's that. But so to all the subscribers who, hit the notification button, keep coming back to the channel, checking up to see if there's new videos and everything. I do appreciate you for that. To all of the new subscribers, thank you so much. What we like to do, what typically happens in a video is that I'll give a work from home job and people will leave comments on if they applied for it, if they worked for this company, what they know about the company as far as working from home. And to anyone who does not subscribe, but you pay attention to the videos whenever they drop, thank you as well. I appreciate you. So this video, the number one question that I always get is, what are you doing? Because y'all know I've been working from home for a while now. And this company that you see on your screen is Millennial Services, and that's who I've been working for. And they have given me my most consistency when working from home. I've been working for them about maybe a year and a half now. I've been working for them. I had a few other jobs and I would bounce around from work from home jobs because I would get so bored working from home. So that's why I've always told you guys, if you work from home, you need to have like 2 or 3 job sources of income. Like, just don't have that one work from home job, because something could always happen and then you need an extra source of income if you are the only breadwinner of your, like, if you're the only person who works in your home, you are the breadwinner. Or if you are the breadwinner and you have a partner but you're the breadwinner, you need more than one source of income. Because when you're working from home, it's just like working in a call center. At any time, at any moment, things can change, and so you have to be able to know you can still pay your bills and everything. So Millennial Service, as I was saying, has given me my most reliable, I felt the most secure working for them, because I actually worked at a call center for I think 8 or 9 years, and every day I went in and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen today? Because it was always that cloud, because it was an unhealthy environment. So there was always this cloud of, you looking at your coworkers like, today it might be the day, like they just fire us all, or we might lose this campaign, or they might, something might happen with this job. And I don't feel that way at all working with Millennial Services. So that's one of the jobs. Like, people always ask me, what am I doing? And the second question they ask is, who do you recommend? And I always tell them, if you want to work from home, you don't mind being on the phones, Millennial Services is the best place for you to go if you want to work from home. Um, I've been there for like a year and a half. They are a full-fledged, they run like a call center. You get trained, and mostly, sometimes the training is paid. Sometimes, like, if the training only lasts like an hour and a half, they don't really pay you for that. Which you're about, if you get an hour and a half, the team leads are really great. They get on the phone with you. They show you how to do it. Then you start doing it, and they'll be with you your first few times, and then you start making calls. The reason I love this job is because they do pay every single week. You're supposed to get paid on Friday. You get paid on Fridays if you're lucky in your bank account. But they have your check available. Like, I have my check available every Wednesday, so I get paid on Wednesdays instead of Fridays, only because they go ahead and send everything off, and it just hits my bank, because they take care of their payroll. They take care of you that way. If you have any issues, um they usually are the ones to reach out to you if there's any issues with, payroll. I think the only time I've ever had to reach out to them, now my check has never been wrong, but the only time I've ever had to reach out to them is because you have to clock in. If I've forgotten to clock in and I tell them, hey, I forgot to clock in, and they're like, okay, send us an email, and they'll get that corrected either that day or the very next day. It's corrected for you. So I've never had an issue or anything as far as working with them, as far as pay wise. I've never had an issue with team leads. Everybody's really friendly and they work with you. Now it is a call center, so sometimes you can be on a campaign and they, the client, because they do have clients, and the clients would be like, okay, we're going to put this campaign on a hiatus for like a month or two. But they work with you on trying to find you another campaign to get you on. Because, and that's because to me, I guess I was in the call center so long, and how the call center works, that it's not on them. Like sometimes it doesn't matter what you're doing for a client. They will call you up and say, we're outsourcing this to India, or we're going to, Indonesia or Mexico, because it is cheaper sometimes to do that. Or they'll say we're out, we're pulling the campaign in-house. They don't want them to do the third party, So sometimes that'll help. But Millennial Service is really, really great with working with you as far as getting you high, finding you another campaign. Because when I first started, that's exactly what happened to me. I was on this campaign. I loved my shift. I was working 12:30 until 5, I think, or maybe 12:30 or 4:30. I don't know, whatever it was. I loved my team lead. I loved my the manager over the team. Everyone, because it's all through Skype. That's how you communicate with everyone, through Skype. Of course, they do email you and everything sometimes, but mostly it's through Skype. So you just, everything was going great, but the campaign paused for a moment, because I do see that campaign is back now. But that's what happens. They pause the campaign for a moment, and so I was for about a week. Excuse me. So for about a week there, I think it wasn't even a week. They worked with me trying to find another campaign that worked in my hours, because they did have other positions. I just couldn't work them because of my hours. So they worked with me and found me another campaign that worked within my hours and everything. So it was great. So that's what I say when I say they really work with you. And if you do what you're supposed to do, like you're not supposed to have background noise. I know they say this baby on the on the monitor and everything, but y'all know when you work from home, you're not supposed to have background noise. They can't hear the TV. They don't, we get sometimes that something will come up, like somebody will knock on your door unexpectedly, or somebody will come bursting into your office, and you're like, wait, I'm working right now. So that we get that, they get that'll happen. But if you're not consistently having background noise, you do exactly what they tell you to do, because they give you a lot of coaching and everything. If you do exactly what they tell you to do, you will enjoy your time with this company. Because I have I've been working there for like a year and a half, something like that. I'm not sure if it's that, but anyways, and I have no complaint. Like, I can never find a complaint about working for this company. As far as the management, they're great. Getting paid, it's great every single week. I know it's going to be there. It's just an easy job just to have. The only complaint is what I did another video and I told you. The only complaint is probably the customers, but they can't control that. You can't control the customers. That would probably be the only complaint. And if you don't like to be on the phone, then this might not be exactly for you. But they do have other positions available. And now they do usually hire part-time. So you typically, they're looking for someone to work 20 hours. Sometimes they'll have like a 30-hour shift. But you can work more if you take on extra campaigns. And so sometimes what'll happen is you're working a campaign, say you're working 20, 25 hours, and you're like, man, I kind of need some extra money. Well, they'll send out this email and they'll say, hey, we have this campaign that's coming for like a month or 6 weeks, and then it'll take a 2-week break, and then it'll come back for 6 weeks, and then it'll take a 2-week break. If you want to work some extra money on top of what you're already making, extra hours on top of what you're already making, working, then you can do this campaign. And then that's another way you can work extra hours. If you're on one of these campaigns where, another way you can make extra hours is if, like, say you're on a campaign that works from 8 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night. And so you're working the first 4 hours, then somebody comes in and they're working like 4 hours, and then another shift comes in, they're working 4 or 5 hours. Okay, so with those campaigns, typically they'll have this, there'll be 2 Skype things. There's one for you and your team members when you guys are working. You come on, you talk to each other, you ask questions, the team lead helps you. And then there's another one that they typically have when they have campaigns like that, where it's just about schedules. So if you go in there and you say, hey, I have something going on Tuesday and I'm not going to be able to work. Can anybody cover my shift? That's a way that you can get someone to cover your shift. So as far as missing work with them, if you get somebody to cover your shift, then it's not on you because they've agreed. You send out the email and they agreed, they're covering your shift. So it's like you could do that for a whole week. You could do that and it won't, like, you won't get in trouble or anything for it, because they really want just someone to be able to cover, because they understand that life happens. So that's another great thing about working for them. Now, I mean, if you're working, I'm assuming you're not going to do that. But sometimes, the flu season happens and you get sick, then you turn around and maybe one of your children gets sick. So all of that kind of stuff happens. But as long as you have your shifts covered and everything, you're good. And you'll always find people wanting to make extra money, willing to cover your hours. So you'll always find people willing to do that. And if you can't, just work your 4 hours and then get off. That's how I look at it. Just work your 4 hours and get off. But so that's why I like this company. And they do, you can move up in the company as well. With Millennial Services, they have the team lead positions, they have manager positions. So there is a possibility for you to move up as well. If you're one of those agents that does what you're supposed to do, you have a positive attitude, which I don't, and I love this company so much. I don't understand how you could have a negative attitude, but we all have our different experiences. But so if you have a positive attitude, you're friendly, like you get along with people, you are dependable, you're reliable to them. You're just a good, you're a solid worker. That they know you're a solid worker and you like to help others. You do have the opportunity to move up with them. So that is the company that I work for. Yes, I've been working for them a while. I have no complaints about them. So I don't know if they're hiring for a lot of things right now, but it's the beginning of the year and we all know that it doesn't hurt to go ahead and apply, because with um, with insurance, all that kind of stuff comes along. Tax season comes along, so all these different companies are all these different companies are hiring out or outsourcing, and they have these campaigns running to do that kind of stuff. So go ahead and put in your application. My number 2 company, that used to be my number 1, but Millennial Services took their spot. But my number 2 company is Appen, and that's appen.com. And I'll leave the links in the description as well. But Appen.com is one of my favorite companies. Now, they only pay once a month. So it's not one of those companies that you, it's not a company where, to me, you're going to be able to pay all of your bills. That's not what Appen does. But if you're wanting to make extra money, anywhere from, I don't know, 200 or and up, because when I was working there, I worked a few hours, so I was making like 700 a month. My sister works there, and she only works, like, she doesn't work that much. And so in one, because she's on 2 campaigns, in one of her campaigns, I think she's making like 200 a month on that one, and then she has another campaign where she's making like 150 or something like that. So Appen to me is, if you're needing help and you want to work from home or work from yourself, because you can work from your cell phone on an app, and you can work from a tab on certain campaigns, not all campaigns, on certain campaigns. You can do that, and they'll allow you to work. Now, the reason, okay, so I like Appen. They're my number 2 company, but the thing about Appen is, besides they pay once a month, you have to take these tests for Appen. You have to take one for Millennial Services, but it is nowhere near the test for Appen. Like, when you're taking an Appen test, you need to take time to study. Like, for real, you need to take a day, because so you have to take, once you qualify and they say, okay, you can work for us, the thing to qualify to actually start working is you'll get the campaign, and you'll say, okay, I want to do this campaign. So then they'll say, okay, we've registered you for this campaign, but you have to pass the quiz in order to actually start your work on this campaign. So you pass the quiz. Oh, and Millennial Service pays $11 an hour. Yes, I think 11. It's 11, 10 or 11. I can't remember, but yeah, for team, I believe so. Anyways, so for Appen, most of their campaigns they pay 10. A few of them they'll go up to 19 or 50. 19.50 an hour, but you gotta just look to see if you qualify for those. So anyways, so you say, okay, I find this campaign, I want to do it. I have an Android, I have is it iOS? I don't know, I don't use Apple, but that I have one, so I want to do this campaign because I want to work from my phone, and it pays $10 an hour. I only have to work, 3 to 4 hours a day, or what, Monday through Friday, because they have campaigns like that. So let me do this one. So then they tell you, okay, register for this campaign. You say, you click, you do all they'll have these little questions they'll ask you. If you qualify on that part, they'll send you an email. And in the email, they'll tell you, okay, you have to take this quiz. So you go back into your app and log in, and you start taking, you get into the quiz. Now, before you get into the quiz, they'll have this link for guidelines. Click on the guidelines for whatever you're doing. You click on the guidelines and you start you read the guidelines. Now, the guidelines are very important because that is the information you need to take this quiz. This quiz is not easy. The quizzes are not easy. So you need to take a day or however long it takes if you're taking tests. Take your notes, make sure you understand, do all of that so that when you're taking the quiz, and the quiz can be anywhere from, I think I've seen anywhere from 13 to 31, some, questions. It could be anywhere up, in there. And so you take the quiz and it'll let you know, okay, you qualified for this, you start working on this day. So for Athens, so say you started today, well then you would work the 29th, 30th, 31, and then they say they pay on the 14th. Sometimes, most of the time they pay earlier than that, but you get paid on the 14th. So you would get those 3 days and get paid in January. If you work all of January, say you start January the 1st, you would work all of January and you would get paid in February. Because a lot of people don't understand that about apping. Like, I get so many questions about, I didn't get paid. Well, I'm like, you just started this month. Like, they pay once a month. So you got to finish the calendar month out before you can get paid again, before you can get your first check. And then it just goes that way. Now, when you're first doing this, it's like, it feels like it is taking me a long time to get paid. Like, I'm needing my money. But don't worry, because if you're working another job and you still have that money coming in, and then you have this extra money coming in, you'll start realizing after a month, maybe 2-3 months, you'll start realizing that, you're finally starting to build up your savings account. You're finally starting to build up your checking account, because that extra 700, 654, however much it is, that's good. That's a good extra amount of money for the amount of work that you're giving them. So that's my second favorite job, is Appen. So we have Millennial Services number 1, Appen is number 2, and those are the 2 jobs that I typically recommend for people. Now, a lot of you have questions about Upcall, because Upcall is a campaign that I work, and I actually stopped working it because I started doing more of Millennial Services, and then I had my YouTube, and so I had those 2 sources of income. And I just couldn't, I was being lazy. I just couldn't make myself work Upcall. Even though I liked it, like Pete was great. They had the Facebook group. Everything was great about Upcall. I just could not make myself work it because I was doing Millennial Services. And then I had my YouTube. And at that time, I was doing a lot of videos on YouTube. And I really I didn't need that extra source of income, even though you should have all the multiple sources of income. So, Upcall is a job. They're a little bit, the difference between Upcall and all the other jobs is, and by the way, both Appen, Millennial, and Upcall are all 1099 jobs. So you're not going to get a W-2. You're not doing insurance or anything. You have to find your own insurance and everything. And I'll even give y'all, I think I'm going to do a video on that, bring the insurance lady that I have on, so that if you don't have insurance, you're looking for some, we can get you some insurance. But, so anyways, so with Upcall, my mom was watching the game, y'all, excuse that. So with Upcall, the thing I liked about them is because it was very easy. Like, you took the quizzes, you took the tests. Now, when you first start, you have to be patient. because at first you're going to be like, why am I not getting any work? I never have any leads in my queue. Why? But if you just keep it hang, like the first month, you gotta hang in there. You gotta hang in. You gotta keep being available to work. Keep checking. Keep being available. And when you do get leads, take advantage of them, because that's how you will get more leads with Upcall. Because at the time, by the time I, had stopped working with them, I was in the queue, and I think this is why I really started working with them. They had me in the business to business, and I was like, listen, I can do it, but I don't like it. I don't really like doing, I don't like calling businesses and talking to, the CEOs and the vice presidents. I don't like it. So it was like I was doing it, but I didn't really enjoy doing it. So I think that's one of the reasons why I was like, I don't really need this money like that. And then I don't really like what I'm doing. So let me just stop doing this. But if you keep doing it and you want to work from home, they'll let you do it. Now the difference with Upcall is they pay you through PayPal. So once you get to $100, so say you're working and they pay you by actual talk time. So say you're working and everything, and you click on and you can see your money running as you're doing it. So that was motivation to me, because I'd be like, okay, let's try to get this $100 so I can cash out. So you would see your money where you would log in like a Monday morning, say you wanted to work. So you would log in and you would just start working. And at this point, hopefully you've been able to build your leads up, so you get leads back to back to back. And they got campaigns coming in, because Pete works really hard on that. So they have campaigns coming in, and so you're working, you're doing it for them, and then you finally get to your threshold. You get your $100. If you want to, for that week, you can cash out. Now remember, with Upcall, you have to wait 7 days before you can cash out again. So once you cash out, you cannot cash out again until 7 days from there. Now, if you want, because I've had money in my Upcall for like a month maybe, before, and then I finally, then cashed out. So if you want to, you could just hold your money. You can work all week long and then just set it up like a job and just cash out every Friday, as long as you have $100 in there. So Upcall, to me, I didn't use it as I need to pay my bills with this money. It was just extra. That's how I look at Upcall. Now, some people use it as that was their only job, so they were working all of the time, because that was their only source of income. I don't know when they were cashing out, but that was their only source of income. So they were working all of the time, doing that. And so that's my number 3 as far as jobs. So I gave you Millennial Service, Appen, and Upcall, and that's it. Those are my 3 if you wanting the jobs. Now there are a few other ones. Sykes is always hiring. It's going into tax season, so I'm sure they'll have a bunch of campaigns. The thing with Sykes, though, y'all, is you have to be prepared to you have to be prepared. They make you do a lot. Like, you can get hired with them, and then that's when the real work starts, is trying to turn in all of your paperwork with them after you get hired. That's what always, I think I got hired with them twice, and the second time I just didn't even do it. It was just too much paperwork. I was like, I can't do it. This is too much paperwork. Plus I was just doing, that's when I was doing my little hop around from job to job, because I would get bored, and I was like, this is too much paperwork. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Oh, if you have a bachelor's degree, Measurement Inc. is hiring right now. And y'all know KD. I've sent a few of y'all to her channel. She actually does that. But anyways, they're hiring right now. And she was making, I think, like $700 every 2 weeks working for them. And her job was super easy. It was one day I went over, I was visiting, and I saw what she was doing. And I was like, this is what you do all day? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, so if you have a bachelor's degree, need to make some extra money, yeah, go ahead and go with them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your year. I just wanted to give y'all a video just to pretty much wrap up, because I get so many questions about what are you doing, what's your favorite company, what do you recommend, and these are the companies I recommend if you're going to be working. Oh, if you're like, okay, so there was a time when I was like, I need money right now. I cannot wait even though I had these jobs go, I had my regular. That's when I was working outside of the home. I was like, I have this job going, but I need extra money for like gas, and I want to pay a bill or something. So I did gig walk. I think it was it gig walk? Yeah, it's gig walk and field agent. So I think it's gig up. Is it gig walk? Yeah, y'all, it's gig walk and field agent. And so if you're needing extra money and you're like, I just want extra money so I can, get my nails done or get my hair done. Like, you don't want to actually commit to working a job where you have to talk to people and do all that kind of stuff. Do those jobs. All they do, like, they'll have stuff where you go into a store and you take pictures and you get $5 or maybe $8, $10, something like that. If you're just looking for that, those are my two favorite: gig walk and field agent. But this video is long enough. I hope you guys set your goals, get your vision boards out, and make plans for 2020 um, and everything. So I hope it if you've had a rough 2019, um, just look forward to 2020. And there's nothing wrong with setting New Year's resolutions. Like, I see a lot of memes and people talking about, oh my God, people set those every year. Listen, you do whatever you have to do if it's gonna motivate you and make you go to it. And yeah, you need a accountability partner, to sometimes push you, because after February, March, you can start getting a little dead. You be like, dog, how didn't you stick to it? But that's okay, because you could always start that back over. So I hope you guys enjoyed your Christmas. I hope many blessings on you to the new year. I will see you every weekend in 2020. That is my goal. And if I'm not sticking to that, I need accountability partners. So I need y'all to tell me, listen, where's the video? So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.